there 30 alien bodies stored at Wright Patterson Airfield decades ago? This is crazy. Let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with the Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, please share on social media. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Oh, and if you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description below. Okay, let's just get right to it. This is Richard Dolan relating some information from Leonard Stringfield, and it's a fascinating story, and there's more in addition to this, so let's hear from Richard first.
Of a UFO craft in 1957, alien bodies essentially recovered with great difficulty, he was told, but they got these bodies. Another witness, one of the most dramatic ones, in my opinion, who saw 9 alien bodies at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in 1966. He said they were 4 feet tall. He was told there were 30 bodies in total at the base at that time, at Wright-Pat in 1966. 30 alien bodies at that time. He was told that a craft was at the base and said at certain military bases, there are mobile units in a constant ready state to recover downed UFOs. Stringfield interviewed a radar specialist at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, who was stationed at Fort Monmouth back in 1953. Stringfield met him about 25 years later. And this is like an original kind of alien autopsy video claim, except, again, this is long before Ray Santilli's thing came out in the 1990s. This guy told Stringfield, I was brought into this military theater. No one briefed me. I got no information at all. I was shown a film of a crash UFO in some kind of desert. I saw the interior of the craft, and there were dead aliens inside a tent. Lights go on. We're all told to leave. No explanation. He said about a week or two later, an intelligence officer on the base said, hey, that film you saw, forget it. It was a hoax. He said, I've been wondering what the hell that's all been about ever since. I've always felt.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a hoax, right? It makes perfect sense. But exactly how would that play out? If there were crash retrievals, how does that work? Well, this video gives us some insight into the Kalahari crash. There is some debate about this particular crash. But this is a very good dramatization, or reenactment rather, of this crash and crash retrieval. Yeah, so here we go. NORAD tracks a UFO, and yeah, I think this is over South Africa. There's music playing, so I've got it muted. But yeah, they're tracking the UFO, and what happens? Coming. There's NORAD. NORAD quickly alerts South African Air Force of the UFO approaching their airspace. All right. Well, what are they going to do about it? What are those interesting lines there? The South African naval frigate SAS Teffelberg goes over to the scene. Good animation on this video, I gotta say. This is well done. Kalahari Desert, somewhere between the border of South Africa and Botswana. Yeah, whoever made this did a really good job. And of course, I'll link to it, and you can view the whole thing with music and everything. But yeah, check that out. There's the UFO. South African Air Force scrambles 2 Mirage jets from Valhalla Air Force Base to intercept the craft. And by intercept, do they mean shoot down? Because we know this stuff happens. So whether this exact event did occur or not, this is a good, likely scenario for how these things play out. Oh, and by the way, the being recovered from this crash, some think, is the being in the alien interview that, I interviewed Jon Stewart the other day, a former gubernatorial candidate and professional wrestler Jon Stewart. There we go. There's the plane shooting at the craft with conventional missiles, which is something you hear. It's so weird that conventional missiles could have any effect on these objects. but that does seem to be the case. But anyway, in that alien interview that I shared and that others have shared, that some believe is the alien interview shown to members of Congress, that being, some believe, was recovered from this crash. John Stewart didn't want to weigh in on that, but it is an interesting theory. If that video is authentic, then it was recovered from some crash. One would presume. I guess it could just be wandering around. SAF helicopters remain in the area until a recovery team arrives. I wonder if that's what it really looked like with all those cables hanging out. Do they have cables? It looks so man-made. Looks like the sort of tin cans that people would build. Maybe it's time travelers. Time travel does seem to play a part in all this. That's something you hear about not infrequently. All right, so then they send the team in, and here's the land retrieval team, and there's a being, the body of a being, and another one. And interestingly, you'll see in a moment, there's actually some supposed original video, the real video, and that is the living being recovered, who may indeed be the being from the alien interview. And let's skip to the part where you can see the, and here's, so they have the being, they've recovered the bodies, they're moving the plane, going to some airfield. Okay. Here is the original footage. Yeah, I'm not going to play the full video. I'll let you watch that at your leisure. There's more to it. But yeah, that is supposedly the actual footage. The actual original footage. You can see the ship. And then you can see the bodies. I wish there was footage of the living being, but there you go. Yeah, an American recovery team arrives to transport parts of the craft and ET beings to Wright Patterson Air Force Base. That seems to be the hub. That's where this all goes, or at least it did at one point. Wright Pat is a crucial part on all of this. And so there you go. You got the beings on ice or whatever, and being stored. And according to Leonard Stringfield's information, in the 1960s, there were 30 of these bodies at Wright Pat. Are they still there? With all the scrutiny on Wright Pat, I tend to doubt it. I tend to think they've probably been moved since then, but who knows? They're probably in some deep underground military base somewhere. But you know, again, we don't know. We don't know. But it does look like, according to Ross Coulthart, Wright Patterson Air Force Air Base was a veritable parking lot of UFOs. That's his exact words. So that not only did they have many alien bodies, they also had many UFOs. I'm thinking that's probably more than 9 or 12. That seems to me like that's, a substantial number. And if there are so many bodies, well, who knows? Who knows? It's all speculation. But let me know what you guys think. Is Wright Patterson still a hub of this activity? Has it moved? Are there still 30 bodies there? Are there more than 30 bodies? Where did they go? How many living beings are still in custody? According to what information we have, the being that was in that interview, he passed away shortly after that video. He was in distress at the time of that video, and he or it passed away shortly afterward, if that information is accurate. And so how many living beings are still in custody? Why do they take some beings into custody and execute others, if that is the case, which it seems to be from my best information, which is scant, unfortunately, but it's fairly credible. So, take that for what it is. But yeah, let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description below. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos to check out on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.